Yo, 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 yo. Hey, y'all already know what it is, man. Back for another beautiful episode here on the Revenue OnAir Podcast. We're here with my boy LordSide today.
What's good, everybody?
It's about to get crazy. It's about to get lit.
And my bro was over here hitting y'all with the yos. It's gonna be my turn now. I'm about to hit y'all with the yos too. Yo, 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 yo.
Love his energy, man. Love his vibe. Glad to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciating you for coming by.
Of course, man. I was always excited for this.
Yeah, of course.
Excited about this for a while.
Yeah, of course. So we got to spin some of your tunes. You know what? As a matter of fact, he's definitely gonna tell y'all a little bit about who he is. So as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and let him go ahead and tell y'all, a little bit about himself. Go ahead, man. LordSide, talk.
All right, to everybody out there, my name is LordSide. I'm a Las Vegas rapper. Here from Las Vegas, like I just said.
Okay.
I've been doing this for quite a minute. I've been doing this since I was like 15.
Okay.
It's been a long ride to get where I'm at, and I think that with the help of an amazing team, God, the man that always blesses us with everything, and with so many troubles and doubts and many things that came out to become what made me better. I think it's honestly what made the ride a success pretty good.
Okay.
When I first started, it was definitely a tough travel, definitely a tough ride. That was honestly still the time where, if you were not like everybody else, you were not given a chance. And during my time starting off, I wasn't really given that big of a chance. Okay. So when I took a little break, getting right back was definitely the right call because I found out who was really there for me. I found out which team definitely was better for me, which my team is really my family right there.
I hear that. And you know what? Speaking about it, like, how was it getting started and like not having the right team, and like how was that experience for you?
So during that time, I was starting off with the company back then, Parlay Records.
Parliament.
Yeah, Parlay.
Is it Parliament or Parlay?
Parlay.
Parlay Records.
Yeah.
Okay, is that like an independent or is that?
That was an independent company. They pretty much were the people right there that gave me my big break.
Okay.
Back at that time, that was back in 2016.
Okay. And when you say big break, like what all did they do for you?
So what they did for me was they pretty much gave me a bit of exposure, but they also gave me the jump to meet many other people during that time. Okay. Because there were many artists that were around during that time, and some of those artists ended up giving me a chance, giving me a shot. And my manager, who I have now, Wilmon, I met him actually during that time, but I didn't really remember because at that time there were so many people that were just starting off, So
of course.
It definitely gave me So when the scene was popping off, it gave me a chance really to meet a lot of people, and that's pretty much one thing I can say they did for me. I mean, on top of that, Parlay definitely was like family too. They definitely fed us, gave us merch, did a lot for the family, But it's just that for someone like me at the time who was just getting started and really was not like everybody else, I felt like one thing that definitely was sad for most people was that if you were not like everybody else, you were not going to make it.
And what you mean, like not like everybody else?
So what I mean by that is, with the new scene now where trap is like the new wave,
Yeah.
And, I fuck with trap, but I'm just not someone that would, rap or talk about something that's not really him, So I wasn't really someone that really had the money like that. I ain't really talk about really a lot of fucked up things.
Understandable. And for artists that stuck to your roots, and stuck to what you believe in, it just shows that you have morals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will get out here and sell their soul just for that fame and fortune.
Yeah.
You get me? And what you're telling to me right now is like that's not something that you're willing to do. You want it to be you. You want it to be your authentic self.
I could definitely admit that I did let fame actually get to me at one point. But I had to understand and realize that it was honestly not really those type of things that were just not for me,
Yeah.
So I can't really say too much bad about Parlay. I just was disappointed at that time that I wasn't really like everybody else. At the time, it made me feel some type of way, And then as time led up...
And then you said the fame. Like, how did you take that the fame that you did have that came?
So it happened on multiple occasions. 2019 was definitely that year. I felt like that was a breakout year for me because so much was really happening during that time. I was living with my bro AP, who is the one that taught me music, and RIP to him, man. I'm always gonna show love to him. That's my brother right there.
Okay.
Grew up with him. I was living with him at the time, and those times were definitely struggling for us because we were staying in a weekly,
Yeah.
And we were doing everything we can not only to just make it, but make that money.
Yeah.
And during that time, I was still pretty much was doing everything. I was working while also having
everything independently.
While also having the music, while also having the music on the side. So
it
was a little tough at times having to go from one place to another.
And you know what? I feel like that's what comes with even sign into an independent label, because I run an independent label, so I know how it is. Like, everything we do is independently. Like, even the funds that we make, the funds that we have to put up is all coming from out of our pockets. So having a job is very helpful, but at the time I can understand how stressful it get when you're an adult and you have bills, responsibilities. Then your career, on the other hand, with no promotions, no big company out there saying like, here, let us give you a grant, let us give you 100,000, 50,000, stuff like that.
It was like during that time too, it was honestly my breakout. So, like I said, we were just getting started. So, things were not going to happen right away. And, even Wilmon, he told me so many times too, let everything play out, be patient. Everything's going to come through. And
of course,
as time went on, staying loyal to the team that has been with me since day one, I was able to truly see those blessings. And I knew, too, that everything was not going to start out fast and right away. So I knew that the struggling times were definitely going to benefit me one way or another. And I knew, too, that still with the shows that I was doing and how much opportunities I was getting, it was honestly still paying off in a way. So it was all still pretty good.
So what was it paying you, like, financially, or like was it just really more like exposure and opportunities for you?
It did a bit of both. Like we were at that point now where during the shows we were doing and everything that was coming up, it really was paying off. So more opportunities definitely were coming in, and beneficially I was still able to pay my bills as well. But then also working at a movie theater at the time too, it definitely helped out as well. But with AP as well, AP definitely was the one that was honestly doing the most, and he's always done the most, man. Like that was my dog right there. And
respect.
Man, we did everything to really be exactly where we were at. So a lot of course. So it had to be the struggling times. It had to be the beneficial times.
And you know what? That's what a lot of these young artists don't understand. You feel me? They don't understand what it comes with. A lot of them, they're out there and they're seeing the fame and the fortune, and they see everybody who's already successful. You understand me? But they don't see like how the struggles that it took. They don't see like the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into it. They don't see the bad days. They don't see the rough days. They don't see the people who like cross you in the middle of it, or like just the bad deals that you make. They just see the fame and the fortune and the success. You feel me? So when young people tend to get started in this business, they realize like, damn, like I didn't think it was gonna take so much. You get me? I didn't think it was gonna be like this. I didn't think it was gonna be so complicated. No, if success was easy, bro, everybody would be doing it.
I mean,
straight up.
I know everybody would definitely be on that train. They would definitely be on that rail. But it's not meant for everybody.
It's not.
And like you said too, like many people when they're young, they don't understand sometimes what they're doing. And I can admit too, I was definitely that young kid as well. Like I've taken many opportunities that truly were not for me, that definitely got me screwed. And many artists in the game definitely, I can say, screwed me. Not even just artists, but there's many friends too this upcoming year that even stabbed me in the back, and like a lot of crazy things.
And I could only imagine like it really sucks when you when you have a dream, a goal, a career, and like you really want to become somebody in life, and like everybody around you is showing you how much like they don't need to be around you.
And I mean, like I said, I let fame get to me like truly a lot, many times. I think it's honestly one of the biggest reasons why my 3-year relationship with my ex, Lissa, didn't really work out, because I felt like I didn't really know exactly that you can destroy your own blessings. I remember at one point I prayed to God, you know. And I remember like asking him, like, can you really destroy your own plans? Like, can you destroy your own blessings?
Yeah.
And when you really see that you can, I look at her as like, she definitely was an amazing blessing to me, regardless of the things that did happen between us. Like, you know, I definitely know that at the end of the day too, like, I had my issues and my mistakes just as well.
So what did you do like in that situation? Like, how did it mess up? Like,
so you know, my career definitely was taking off. You know, it was the year was to like 2021. I feel like that was definitely the year for LordSide right there. Okay. That was the year. I mean, I'm just saying. You know, I feel like that was the year. You know, there was a lot more shows. I got to star in movies during that time.
Okay.
And
movies. What movie did you star in?
So I started a movie. There were like 4 of them actually. So one of them definitely was called Pimpin' Ain't Dead. Another one was called Film School, which definitely was one of my big main roles.
Was those like independent or?
Yeah,
like
they're independent films.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Thank you, Mom McCoy. Shout out to you for that.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I know who to come to if I need an actor for my upcoming films.
Pretty much,
yeah. Okay, cool.
I know.
Cool.
I you know, that year definitely was like where everything between me and her was really perfect, you know. I had so many blessings that were really just coming in, you know. And if there's one thing that I learned during that time was, you know, if you have so many blessings that are coming in, like, please just, you know, give it to God, you know.
Of course.
Like, and that's one thing I didn't really do. Like, I was honestly taking those blessings as like,
you were taking them for granted,
like a little, like my pleasure, because it was it was stuff I never truly had. And
right,
you know, I did love.
Okay. So did Lisa? You said Lisa, right?
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
Yeah.
Alyssa. So did she come with the fame, or like the fame that you did have, or was she there before that?
She was there before that, actually. We were best friends in high school.
Oh, wow. So yeah, because I know you told me like a little bit of like kind of what happened, but like what really happened with that? Like, were you just too busy to spend time with her, or like how was that situation? Was you just like, oh, I'm the shit now, I'm popping, so yeah. So how did you match that up?
I ain't gonna cap, you know. There was one part of me that knew too that what was going on during that time was it was a bit of both, you know.
Okay.
It was like I felt like with where my career was going, it was gonna benefit everybody, you know. But I honestly didn't really give that respect to her, that she wasn't really an outside person. So when it came to bringing her to events and everything, most of them definitely were a blast, but there were other times too where I felt bad because I didn't really want to put her through that danger, because going to these events sometimes really can bring a lot. And if you're an artist and you know, if you know, you know. And
so you say danger at the events, like what kind of events were they?
So basically they were still like normal events, but you know, for some people that really can't take like that pressure, you know, being around like a big crowd, really. Okay. Yeah, so I don't mean like danger. I mean,
okay. So like, did she have to go with you at your events, or like was there times when she said like, oh no, it's okay?
I've always told her that you know, it was always okay for her to be at home, because you know.
And how did she feel about that?
Most of the time it was always like good, because you know, I don't got to bring her around like that negativity that can be sometimes.
Okay.
Because for most events, sure, there's going to be a lot of positive things, but there's also going to be some things that are negative there.
So would you say like you guys just had different goals and different dreams and like kind of like different desires when it came to your future and goals and careers and everything?
Definitely. I definitely can say that we just had different minds and aspects, and you know, it was just one of those things that I didn't truly know exactly that much at the time, but as time went on, I've gotten to realize that, you know, everything happens for a reason, and
of course,
for the negative things, like the sad aspects and things that happen with that, I'm happy for that, because one thing that did benefit both of us is that you know, I was able to know exactly what it was like to have like an amazing family. And I still got love for her and the family for all they did for me, because they're actually the reason why I'm still alive today. When I was homeless, they you know, they helped me out. They brought me in, and me and Alyssa were still talking at the time, you know. And it's understanding why, you know, many things didn't truly work out. I mean, after the breakup, you know, I wasn't really myself anymore. And there was just so many amazing things that happened to her after the breakup. So I'm just glad that at the end of the day, she's happy, the family's happy.
So would you say like, and not to sound like this, but would you say like her losing you was a good thing that happened to her life?
Yeah. As much as I really didn't want to say that before, I say that now because when I look at somebody that seems like they're doing a lot better and they're a lot happier, it may break your heart for a moment, but one thing you don't want to see is somebody depressed and upset. Of course. Or,
and the best thing you could do for somebody, man, if you truly love them, is let them go. 100%. If you feel like you're jeopardizing their life and like if you're not really playing a beneficial role in their happiness and their joy and their future and their positive energy, like you let them go. And that's the best thing you could do. And I could say that from experience. I had to let a couple people go because I know who I was back then and that I wasn't bringing joy in their life, and I know how negative I was. You get me? And like not negative like I'm always on some negative shit, was more like I'm not the guy for you. You get me? I'll probably ruin your future, and I didn't.
And that's just like the way you put it. I was starting to see myself as that. Like when the relationship first started, I definitely saw myself as, I know I can do all these things. But then when my career, I felt like that was starting to get in the way a lot, and then other things were starting to kind of get in the way a lot.
So and then, and I know you talk about your career and like how well it was. So like how well was it? Like how was the shows? How was the features? Like were you touring? Like how was that?
Oh man, so like
tell us about that experience.
All right, so I told you already how 2021 was. So we'll start off with 2022, and then we'll get to 2023.
Okay.
And then we'll also talk about everything that's gone on this year as a whole. Okay. I mean, hey, we're on the road right now.
Go ahead.
So 2022 definitely was kind of like that year where me and my team, we took a little break.
Okay.
But during that break, we were still making things happen. We were still having a lot of studio sessions, and we basically took like almost that whole year to kind of like reevaluate, recharge myself, get everything together so that when we do start again, it could be even better. Now taking that break definitely was the best thing because there was a lot more time now to be with her and the family. There was a lot more time still to focus on work. And then at that time too, with the studio sessions, I was able to realize what more that I can really do. And then later on, before the year ended, I got a chance to do a lot more shows. Mo McCoy hosted his event, Winter Jam, about 2 times. Got to be a part of that.
Okay. And this was all out here in Vegas?
It was all in Vegas, Okay. And then many other shows that we did right after that.
And were those like small events or like?
Yeah, they were. They definitely were like
backyard events.
Yeah, they were like inside a venue actually. But
okay.
I mean, 2021 too was also at this nice venue as well.
Okay.
And then 2023 came up, and that was the year where everything really just became it took off.
Okay.
This was the year too where I didn't realize what was going to be next.
Yeah.
But I knew too where it was going. We were starting off now traveling.
Okay.
I now not my first tour. My first tour actually was back in 2018, and I traveled and we all went to Utah. It was the first show I did outside of Vegas.
Okay.
I was thinking I was like 19 at the time.
Yeah.
But I still couldn't go inside the nightclub. So everybody got to go turn up inside the nightclubs afterwards.
It's crazy because
I got to walk around the city.
Yeah. One of my artists that my little brother, I used to manage him as well. His first like huge gig was was at a club, and he was 17 at the time. But But go ahead.
And now you good. So we were on the road again. Starting off last year, went to Tucson, Arizona, which I got a lot of family that lives out there. Love to all my family out there. AZ. Yep. And also shout out to AZ too, because most of my big fan base is actually out in AZ. We went out there like twice last year.
Yeah. Okay.
We even had a show out in Los Angeles, which that definitely was a lot of fun. It was at this like art, felt like an art museum. It was like an art something.
Okay.
Art nightclub.
So, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So And it sounds good. Everything about it. Sounds great. Sounds amazing. It sounds like you were doing really, really well for yourself.
Of course.
So where did your downfall happen? Or have you had a downfall with that? Or
of course.
with your music?
There's been a lot of downfalls.
So where did that happen? Like, where did the career start going down the drain?
So everything started going down the drain. So when everything first went down the drain, the very, very first time, that was back in 2016. That was the year where I was first getting started with the music.
Okay, but because what you just said was you had a phenomenal year, 2023, and
it doesn't mean it had a downfall. What I meant to say was that there definitely was a downfall. I wouldn't say for the music though. It was honestly just in my personal life, which definitely was. When everything was slowing down a bit, it was honestly because I needed a moment to realize exactly what was going on. And during that time, I was depressed over, what happened between me and my ex, us breaking up. I was also realizing a lot of friends were just not really my friends at all. I was having a lot of fucked up rumors getting spread around me, and probably still tend to this day.
What kind of rumors, if you want to talk about it?
So basically, I was told by one of my ex-friends that, I'm like, I had experience with a girl at one of my shows. He pretty much looked at her as someone that looked younger and shit, when really she was about my age. But if we're going to make that assumption, I mean, his girlfriend basically looks like someone that could be a little kid as well, so fuck you.
Damn.
Anyways.
Okay.
And basically just with that rumor getting spread about me there, it not only almost caused me something important and something big, it almost cost me my life because I feel like I built everything up on this.
That's a very serious accusation, that happened to men in this industry and in this world, period, in life. And it really sucks because if it's definitely, if it's not, when it's not true, if it's not true, man, like, it ruins us. It puts a mark on all of us, no matter how successful, how poor, how broke, how whatever it is. Like, that's a scar.
I felt like
we can't that sticks with us.
And I felt like that was something that was going to happen eventually because signs were kind of already coming up. And I'm pretty much the person now that's like, I can really tell things like a book now, you know? Like, I
mean, how old were you at the time when you was dealing with this girl at the party?
Shit. I mean, this was all this year. This was
all this year?
This is all this year. And
and how old was she for real?
She was my age. Because basically one thing about this girl was like, she was playing with my wallet. She let me look at her wallet. She was one of those, weird ass girls and shit. So, I'm kind of looking at hers and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
when you say wallet, you talking about an actual wallet or money, or you just talking about pockets?
I mean, shit, there was money in there.
Oh, you talking about actual wallet?
There was money in there, but there was actual wallet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But she was basically my age. And that was honestly one of those things that really just was like, jealousy came in.
Why would your friend do something
so
like that?
I say
such an accusation.
I look at that as like he was someone that has always been jealous of me, and it was something I was noticing for quite a while. And what makes the situation a bit awkward is just the fact that this is supposed to be someone that's supposed to be your dog, your ride or die,
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you see me having my fun, and now you want to try to like fuck that up and shit,
Yeah. And when you say jealous, you think like he was just jealous of your personality and who you are, or just like jealous of your career? Because I know you. I see your personality. Yeah. You're outgoing. You're fun. You're energetic. You know what I'm saying? That. And you're really like the life of the party. So could it be that, or could it just be like your like success?
I mean, I'd say all the above, everything. Because I mean,
and were you seeing that a long time in, or like did you just start seeing it? Because I know you said this is your friend, but what?
It was honestly like before 2023 ended. It was like kind of in the ending of that. We had a bunch of encounters one time even at a nightclub, and that was like the night when I really was starting to see everything. I was really starting to see who he truly was. All this time, he really was never really fucking with me like that. And you know, it's just when an opportunity and a moment came for him to try to strike me.
His opportunities,
he you know, he did that.
Take your shine, and I definitely understand what type of person that is. Definitely, you want to stay away from people like those, because there's a lot of people like those. You call them snake in the grass.
Yeah,
you get me. Those are the type of friends that would smile in your face and stab you in the back. And it really sucks because you could be a total genuine guy, like 100%. You could be doing for people. You could look up to them. You could like literally put them in the spotlight for them to just like the whole time like secretly envy you, secretly hate you, secretly like want your shine, want your spot, secretly want to corrupt everything that you got going. So I understand that.
And then another thing that came with the downfall too was, again, you know, trying to get over Alyssa. See, one thing about that one.
You keep bringing Alyssa up. So like, how long was y'all together?
We was together for about 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
And did y'all ever break up and make up, or like when y'all broke up, it was just really a breakup?
Shit. I mean, we had our moments, but it's like, I bring it up because it definitely was one of those things that really was a big effect of the downfall. Because I thought that, you know, okay, without her, you know, I now still have a bigger purpose to focus on life, you know, like focus on my career, focus on, you know, just moving forward, being to myself. But, you know, I really needed that reality check. And I think in life, when you really go through something like that, you got to face that reality check, and you can't really go out trying to do some stupid shit just to try to get over that, you know? And that's what I did, you know?
I feel like the best thing you could do in moments like that, bro, is just prove your point. Put your all into your success. You know, like do it even harder. Work at your success even harder. Your goals, your dreams. Like, instead of just going out there trying to party and do all that nonsense, you know, that crazy. Show to Alyssa, and like, just not even just Alyssa, just the people who doubted you. You know what I'm saying? Who said like, oh, you're not gonna become nothing in life. Oh, you're not gonna be nothing without me. No, that's when you prove a point. I'm gonna show you what I mean when I say this is really what I want. This is really, you know, like my dreams and goals and my passion. Like, it's like Andrew Tate always say, and I love Andrew Tate, man. If you know who that is, you know what I'm saying. Definitely. He's a very motivational guy. No matter how the world look at him, it's like. You get that heartbreak, you know, you start being depressed. Like, it's just a feeling that I feel like that depression mode that you get in is just something, because we all go through, we all get depressed, right? But it's just a feeling that you're feeling in that moment, a heightened feeling. That's how I feel like when you feel that way, and you either go to the gym or put your all into your success, you get on your computer, you get in the studio, and you just go to work, bro, you'll realize, like, damn, I know this was all I needed to cure that. And this year,
I think that this year
it'll make you a better person. Man.
And I think that this year really was able to bring a lot of that, because you know, all the shows that we did this year, like all the backyard rock shows at the I Got a Hit Club, you know, which is the crib right there. All those shows that we did were definitely huge successes, and they definitely gave me that big reminder about, you know, that it gave me a big reminder once again why I started doing this, how much really comes with this, how much you lose from it, but most importantly, how amazing you can be with people that really want the same success as you. It's now no longer, you know, you're in that environment that you were once in, because you got to keep it a buck sometimes and be honest that even when you do miss how something was or how something is, you know, you got to remember exactly how you were during that time.
All right, y'all, we had to take a little break. Y'all know how we do it. We get our little 30-minute segment, and then we take a little 5-minute break. But we're back, man. We're here with LordSide.
Everybody, what's up?
All I can say is the conversation been amazing. He's been spilling his heart out and his guts out to us, you know, on the podcast. But it's well appreciated. You know, this is where you can do that at, man. We're not shy of anything. You know, whatever you want to talk about, just give us, obviously, you know, just give us the rights and like let us know what you want us to put out there, what you don't want us to put out there. It's just that simple, you know. But hey, whatever we put out there is because it's approved by you guys. You get me? So we're never just gonna like just put any bullshit out there for you guys, and like, cause we know that you're on here and you're, you know, like you're comfortable and like we're talking, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just to clarify that, you know. But we're back, man, from our break. What a hell of a conversation, man. Man. And thank you again for being here, man.
I appreciate
you know,
it.
So yeah, we're here with LordSide. Okay, so other than like the personal things and everything that we were talking about, like your career, your success, and everything like that, what made you start doing music?
Oh man, I love getting told this question because I love getting to tell this story.
Okay.
So I was in freshman year during this time, and one thing I didn't really know how to do at that time was rap. You know, I didn't know how to rap, didn't know how to sing.
Right.
What got me started was all because of the man up there, AP the greatest, man.
Okay.
AP the greatest, RIP to him, my brother, ride or die. Man, long time buddy.
Okay.
AP and his cousin YM, also known as Ryan, they used to come over to my house all the time back in the day, and they would always just do rap battles with each other. They would always just freestyle.
Okay.
And it was something AP really wanted me to be a part of, you know? But I was always saying no because, like, I'm just like, I don't know how to rap. I can't do this shit, you know?
That's crazy.
And
you remind me of my little brother that used to say that all the time until he just pulled out of nowhere. Like, he pulled the song out of his ass and just...
Yeah, and then when that moment came, you know, there was a moment where he was like, you know, we gonna come over one day and we just gonna teach you how to rap. We gonna write some music. We gonna write some songs. Right, okay, you know. So with that, you know, we spent the whole day just writing music, you know, freestyling, and then there were even days where, you know, this is still during my time I'm in school, you know, so I was like not even focused on school anymore at that point. Now it's like I'm just in my notebook writing things down, and you know, during that time I had a lot of freestyle rap battles with a lot of people. So did AP as well. And you know, it's like at that point, you know, we feel like, you know, we the guys right there. You know, we undefeated when it comes to these rap battles, because you know, with AP on my side, and you know, him who definitely was like, man, honestly one of the greatest, like the best. There's a reason why he's called AP the greatest, you know. And then I even got to meet my bro TCO Twan during that time. We had a
rap battle. Vegas artists, or
yeah, TCO Twan definitely was one of those people that was with me through it all. He's in North Carolina now, but hey, shout out to TCO. Man, I hope you're doing good out there, man. And then AP, man, this was a guy that, man, if you gave him the mic, he's going to tell you exactly why he is that AP. He is the greatest.
What the AP?
Yeah, but other than that,
what did AP stand for?
Anthony Panther, which is his real name.
Okay.
So when you're getting to know AP, you're getting to see exactly like who the OG is. But when you're getting to meet Anthony Panther, this man was all about love. He was all about his family.
Okay.
This guy did everything and anything for you. Like if you were one of those people that he really loved and cared about, he was gonna do that. And yeah, me and AP, we had a couple times, you know. We had moments where we were off on bad starts and everything, but I always remember that day we first met, and just like that, he called me his best friend, and right there was just a whole history of so many amazing times that I will never forget ever.
Okay, so that's pretty much what got you started.
Yeah.
Okay, and what age was that anyways?
So at the time starting, I was about 16. I was 16 at the time, so I knew that at an age like that, everything was starting off in a way, as in not just AP teaching me something, but after not wanting to do rap battles anymore because I was finally ready to maybe do something a lot bigger. Yeah, this is where everything started. This is basically where I had a friend at the time named Arthur who knew, who had family that, you know, was running Parlay Records around that time. Okay. And they gave us an opportunity. And by us, I mean me, Antoine, TCO, which is that's running.
And how big is Parlay right now?
RP. RP.
The Parlay?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not running anymore, you know. It was at the time.
Oh, damn.
That's why I said RP.
Damn.
I don't mean to say that in a bad way.
Like,
you know,
did they, like just stop doing it? Or?
Well, you know.
I know you said it was an independent record.
Yeah, it's just around that time, many artists were really just having, like, their moments to kind of move on, you know. A lot of good came in, but there was also a lot of negative that was starting to come in too with everything.
I mean, and that's what I feel like. That's what any business, in any business, there's always going to be negativity involved, and there's always going to be bad things happening. Everything's not going to flow nice and smooth. That's why everybody I work with, I always tell them, like, especially if we're like working together, as a team, and like I always tell them, like, don't get it twisted. Stuff may be good now. We may be starting off good. It feels good, but don't get it twisted. There's a downfall, there's an upside, and a downfall to every business. You know what I'm saying? And every corporation, and and anything that you do in life. Period. So when those time comes, are you gonna hang around? Can you handle it? Can we stretch things out and like still take things to another level, or are you gonna quit? Are you gonna fall?
I mean, fold? Again, like, while I don't really mean to tend to say exactly things that did happen and things that didn't happen, I know it may come off as kind of bad, but it's just that, like, no, that's not really the case. More of the case is just that people like me just were not really given a certain chance, so I guess in a way I still felt a little something from that, but at the same time too, I'm always thankful, because without them, I don't think I would have had the recognition that I have now.
Of course.
Again, there are people in that that were in that company that did help me and my family out, so I can't say too much about it.
No, of course. So right now, where are you at, like, with your manager and like with your shows and music and everything like that? Like,
so currently right now we are at that point where we're getting ready to start everything back up again, because 2024, beginning of this year, was definitely a lot. And what I mean by that, we had a lot of amazing rock shows with a lot of bands out there, bands like Romanation, bands like Maybe You're Right. There were many more bands too that came up as well. Man, a lot of bands. Oh yeah, man, we've been working with them a lot this year, so we're pretty much at that point. We're getting started right back up. And with my team right now, we're pretty much just planning on for what's about to be in stake and what's about to be the next big move. And this upcoming Sunday, Lil Rook is also celebrating his birthday party, which I'm set to perform for that. Definitely hoping I can make it in time, because the date already changed like 3 times already.
I know. That's why I don't promote anything unless I know it's for a fact.
At the same time, too, man. So we've definitely been pretty busy this year. At the same time, I've also just been focusing on, my life as Ariana Ingram as well, because, I got a chance already to have fun, explore as LordSide. I also just needed time to really just find myself in that moment. So I'd say that where we're going right now, it's definitely, man, it's like, it's all just a journey.
Cool. Okay, so any real goals for your career and your future though? Like when it comes to music, like do you plan on like performing on a big stage? Do you plan on working with a big artist? Like what's like, is that a part of your plan?
Yeah, it's always been part of my plan. I've always wanted to be on stages that had a lot of people. I mean, I think the one time I was on a stage that, and there was a lot of people, was back at camp. Back at church camp, I had a chance to perform, and with how many people were there and how big the stage was, it was it showed me exactly right there what definitely can be if I continue to keep on going. Working with big artists, trust me, there's a lot of amazing artists out there that I would love to work with.
Like which one?
Man, like I said, there's definitely a lot. Just
name one.
I know,
just one. You ain't gotta name one.
Who
would you like to work with right now if you had the chance and opportunity to work with them?
I'm gonna just say right now, might stir some controversy again. Man, I like to work with Kendrick.
Kendrick.
I gotta say this year, Kendrick really is showing again why anybody would want to collab with him. Really,
of course. Okay. And
if there were any female artists though, I would love to one day work with Camila Cabello.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like her.
I
love her
voice
too.
I know. I always had a huge crush on her.
Shit. My bad. Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. And Kendrick, like, do you look up to him as like a inspirational artist for you, or like?
I wouldn't say like 100% all the way. Really. If anything, who I really look up to as an inspirational artist, this is another person. This is like really a band I actually would love to work with one day. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay, cool.
I look up to Anthony Kiedis as like my inspiration. I think like with how my career has been, I've been I've taken inspirations from Anthony Kiedis that to be an amazing songwriter. Be how you want to be without anyone caring exactly how you are. Doing what you want to do, and on top of that, like. He really just does inspire me in a way, and not just that. I just love their music,
Okay, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Shout out to them.
I know, right?
Okay, cool. Any Vegas artists that you are there any Vegas artists?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Vegas artists out here. There's Prince Rican. There's Yaya.
Are those like independent artists?
Yeah, they're all independent artists.
Okay, what about big artists? Do Vegas have any big artists like that out here?
I mean, I don't know. I know they probably do. But, I don't want to be disrespectful because I don't want to go on and say somebody and then I don't really know who they are. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's hard to really understand or really see exactly who really is big out there because when you're focused on so many other genres, which that's me, like, I don't only just focus on the hip hop side or the rap side. I look at other people too.
Artists, period.
Yeah, well, I could talk about bands because I think this year, like I mentioned, we've been working with a lot of bands. I mentioned bands like Maybe You're Right. I mentioned Rumination. There's also Sundogs. There's also Concept Informality.
Have you ever like actually performed with a band?
I have not. Okay. But that's honestly the goal of what's coming this year. But I got to work with all those bands. We all got to do shows together.
And when you said work with them, like like just be a part of the same stage.
Basically just be a part of the same stage. Which
okay.
And I think what makes that environment honestly more fun than my own genre, to be honest, is the fact that everybody is just there to have fun,
Of course. And have a good time.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of times, a lot of times people forget about what we do this for, we do this for the love,
Right. And that comes back to another thing that I was going to ask you. What do you do it for? Is it like for one day you want to become successful, want to make a lot of money, or like is it just really a passion that you have that you say like, man, I want to give this back one day to the community, or like I want to help somebody become as big as I am one day when I make it up there? Like, what do you do it for?
Sure. If you were asking young me this, I probably would have had like a different answer, I probably would have told you I'm doing this because, there's a lot of money that comes in the shit. Girls are coming in. Like I probably would have told you that, but
cars.
But I got love for what I get to do. I'm always happy whenever I do a show because if there is one person that comes up to me and they tell me that they love what I did, they love what I was able to express, and they love that I'm just there for the love of it. I'm there for them, for those people. That's to me is what it's always going to be about. Sure, there definitely does come those things on the side sometimes. Sometimes girls will definitely come in. Money can definitely be good now, but those things are definitely going to come in time. You got to basically learn how to truly love what you do, because if you don't love what you do, chances are you're going to ask yourself one day, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. One day you're going to ask yourself, like, what exactly did I do all this for? What exactly was the point? And when it comes to this music life, I've always loved it because, like I said, I get lost in my craft. I get lost doing what I get to do, and I love those people that tell me all the time, you're not like other artists. You actually stayed here for the shows, actually talk to the crowd, talk to the people, because of course. It's my people that are definitely going to be the reason why one day.
Yeah, of course. And I feel like that's going to build so much more momentum around what you're doing, and so much more respect and love, from the fans and the crowd and everything like that. So you have a great point there, other than just showing up late, then right after you perform, just dipping out. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these artists, they forget. You know what I'm saying? But I guess when you reach a certain level, you can't just stick around. Of course, you know what I'm saying? But there's still artists like for example, I respect artists like J. Cole, artists like Black, artists like even Kendrick Lamar, who still goes back to their community, their society, walk around and like show their fans love and like with no problem, not being all bougie and like not worried about getting robbed or any of that. You know, they show us that they're human beings just like us. They're regular people and they have a heart, just like, you know, and a lot of people in the world do.
Yeah,
you know, so
and it's those people right there that like they can in a way show me that I can always write about whatever. I could always talk about whatever. I could always,
you could be yourself and be genuine.
And I think that's what's missing in today's music sometimes is the fact that a lot of people are always expecting somebody to be this badass type person, you know? Like people don't have feelings. People don't feel, you know? Like, you know, we got to show people once again that it's okay to talk about real shit, you know? Yeah. Like, it don't make you no bitch or anything like that. Right. But, many times, you know, like, it's artists like them that really show me exactly that, man.
That there's more than just money behind it.
Of course,
there's something that's really special behind like wealth, fame, success, music. And
I mean, I've had chances to definitely, you know, hold a lot of money, you know, and holding a lot of money definitely is good for that moment, you know. But one thing a lot of people do that causes them their life is, you know, flexing that shit, you know, like they flex that. And what's sad is that many people are really not even just gonna kill you for some racks, you know. Many people don't like where you're at, you know. They're jealous of your success and shit.
Of course. And they don't even be over money sometimes. It just literally be over pure envy. Right. So speaking of money, what does money mean to you?
Oh man, you know, I don't know. I mean, back then, I used to tell myself money definitely is happiness, you know? Okay. I'm sure at one point we all said that.
Right,
you know?
Of course. What do you tell yourself now?
Yeah, I tell myself, too, that, you know, money is just only important to me if I can really use that for important things, you know? And I think important things to me now is honestly just like if it comes to taking care of family, you know? Also, really just taking care of myself. Sometimes using it to treat myself, you know.
Of course. Okay. Like for me, honestly though, I think money to me, like the way I look at money, it has no value. I feel like it has purpose, but no value. And when I say purpose, I just feel like we need money for everything that we do in life. We need money to pay our bills. We need money to get our clothes. We need money to eat. We need money for everything that we need. Honestly, if we didn't have money, we'll just be trading our time like we already do for money. But we'll just be trading our time and things that we have around us just for whatever more things that we want. So the fact that people look at money as like it's worth your life, your soul, and worth like killing over it is crazy because like literally, you know, like this world started with no money. It just started with a trade. That's all money is to me. That's all money is. It's like something that they just put a number on, a piece of paper, which it really is a piece of paper that they put a number on, and like we go, you get me? We think it's like
and like the way you put it right there, like dang, that got me speechless. Cause it's like I didn't even think of it like that.
You get me?
But another thing too was
because it's think about what your talent is worth, bro. Think about what your mind is worth. Think about what your knowledge is worth. You can change lives with like just the power of your mentality, the power of your mind, and like the power of motivation, like all that, bro. But with the power of money, you could take lives, you could ruin lives, you can change lives too. But I mean, like, it's just gonna be for material. I just feel like it's gonna be for material things like that for a lot of people. And I'm saying this because like there's so much celebrities with money, bro, that they be like, bro, I have so much money, I don't even know what to do with it. How do you have so much money that you can't think of what to do with it? And I'm saying this because, bro, if I had $1 billion right now, you know how many kids in this world that needs help? You know how many kids go without food, water, shelter every day? Like, imagine being a millionaire.
There's people on these streets that really need it too.
Like imagine being a millionaire, a billionaire, and saying like, oh, I have so much money, I don't know what to do with
like,
it.
There's so many things that, so many things you can do with that money, you know? Like, I'll keep it a buck. I mean, like if I had so much money, like, sure, that'd be mostly the first thing that I do. And I mean, I like to do that all the time. Like, there'll be days I'll just go to McDonald's right by my house, and
just give a little away.
And I'll give a little something away, and I definitely will even buy some people some food and everything, and
of course.
And just like I tell people all the time too, like I'm still there, because while I definitely found a way to get out of that, I feel like sometimes I'm still there because we still have to find a way to get through with life. We still got to find a way to get up every single day, and we still got to find a way to really get through.
So and when it comes to that comes down to like your mental health, and like a lot of people would call it depression, and stuff like that. Like, do you get depressed at all?
Of course, I get depressed all the time. I can open up and I'll tell you that. I'll be the first to tell you, man. There's times I do get depressed, and depression is one of those things. Like, I don't wish that on anybody, because it's tough. Like, you could be depressed for many things, like, and sometimes it's things that you don't truly understand just yet, until one day you do realize it, and then there comes like the solution always to find a way to get out of that. But even sometimes that solution takes way more than it does, there's times I'll be depressed, there's times I face anxiety, there's times I even break down, because like life does so much to you, and it's like when you're that strong individual for so long, there just comes those days
you can't be strong no more.
You can't be strong no more, I always thought that was the case, and I wish I would have had more of a emotional side back then when it did come to like my alter ego being like fucked up at the time.
Depression can be a really wild thing, Me though, like I like to think of depression of just something like an enhanced sadness. I don't like to put depression on myself, so I don't like to believe in depression. You get me? Like, a lot of people like, I'm depressed, man, I'm so messed up, like you don't understand what I'm going through, life is hell, blah blah blah. But the way I look at it, bro, it's like you're only in that state of mind for that moment because of whatever traumatizing situation that just happened to you. You feel me? But the minute that you say, you know what, you pick your head up, pick your chin up, you go out with your friends, you have a little fun, you feel a little better, you go to the gym, you start your career, you feel a little better. And then you start telling yourself like, damn, I thought I was depressed.
Oh God.
All I had to do was do something better with myself.
I know.
You get me? Get me to jump out of that puddle of water and like just hop on dry land.
And I know too.
You get me?
Yeah, and I know too that in my moments when I'm depressed, like it used to be like in those moments I used to think like they were like prison sentences. Really, they just moments to really find yourself. And on top of that, I also know too that I'm not alone, and that I got many people that love and care for me.
Of course. Of course.
Life one likes to do that sometimes, And one thing to always do in those moments when you are depressed is always, first off, like, always pray,
Of course. Like, they exactly. So
would understand.
Right. Because I understand talking to people, like, okay, you can talk to people, right? And you could talk to your friends, you could talk to your family, but most of the time they don't understand you clearly. You get me? They don't. So they'll tell you things that they believe you should do in that moment. Like if you go to your friend and you're crying, and like your friend is just like, "What the hell? No, like don't cry over her. Don't cry." You know what I'm saying? Like that's bullshit. There's other fishes in the sea. You could do better. You could. That's the shit they're gonna tell you. You feel me? But when you talk to God, bro, God gonna start showing you what you need to do with yourself. God is gonna start showing you.
I think
bro.
Like one thing I do feel at is first things first. Like one thing that depression did for me this year was bring me closer to God. This year, like I was able to find God again, and when it came to finding God again, I was back into my word. I was going to church again. But then this year, like once again, I feel like I fell off. Like I slipped off again because I basically still fail God every single day, I still have my moments where I do still make mistakes, and I still sin. And I know they always say, like, repent. And I do that as much as I can, but there's some days I'll admit I forget to pray. And,
of course, bro. And you know what that is, bro? That's called being human. You get me?
Yeah.
We're not perfect, bro. The only perfect human who ever walked this work was Jesus. Was God. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, we're not perfect. Like it says in the Bible, bro. He died for our sins because he knows, like we're sinners. That's what we were born to do. That's what we were made to do, bro. If everybody in this earth was perfect, bro, none of us wouldn't need to be here. What are we gonna be here for in this perfect world? There's nothing ever going wrong. There's nothing. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to nurture. There's nothing to. Okay, what the hell are we doing? Just here. Like, why are we here? You get me? So so that's what comes with this world, bro. Imperfection. That's what comes with this life. Imperfection, bro. And it makes a lot of sense because like, it just like shows us that we're here for the experience, like you just said. You feel me? Like it's either gonna, and it makes sense because if you're gonna live life, bro, like a perfect person, you're gonna realize that no matter how hard you try to be perfect, it's never gonna be right. It's never gonna be right, bro. You can never get it right, bro, because that's not the way this world is designed. This world is designed off like rocks, water, stone, trees. That it's just like shit that's just. I don't know how to explain it. Like shit that's different shit. I get what you're saying, though. You get me? It's just designed with different shit, bro. Like different levels, different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not one smooth road. It's just not, bro.
But
you
man,
one thing a smooth pavement.
One thing too is like, man, God really did give me like a lot of blessings. Like I got a roof over my head. Food on the
course.
table.
You got to be grateful for what you have.
I got friends that really are like my family. Got so. There's so many amazing things that I see that I do have because before I was always asking a lot, like, what exactly do I have that I am lucky for? And the only reason why I was really asking that was because, like, sometimes I look around and I'll see that, most of my friends all
see what
have,
everybody
like,
else
that
has.
I see what they have that I wish I still had. But
you
I
don't
understand.
see what's right in front of you.
But I don't see what's right in front of me sometimes, which I make that mistake so much, But I got to understand and realize, too, that sometimes, with where you're at, God set you there because, that's going to be the time you do find exactly what it is.
And then you have to think about the way you think about that, too. Like, why would God give you what other people have if all you're doing is looking at other people and want what they got? Instead of looking at other people,
and I still fail at that sometimes.
You get me? Instead of looking at other people and just be like, wow, like I'm so proud of them. Like I wonder what they did. I would love to ask, like, hey, like you're such a successful person. I look up to you. Like, can you like teach me the ropes? You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at them like this motherfucker, I hate this motherfucker. Why can't I have that? You get me? God is. I believe that God is that type of guy. Like, okay, well, I'm not gonna give you nothing until you learn how to appreciate what you have, for one, and for two, you stop looking at other people and want what they got. You don't know what they did to deserve what they got.
Nah, for real.
Stuff like that.
And and that's the thing we tend to forget sometimes is people don't understand what we had to do just to get
where we are. 100%. 100%, bro. 100%. So, damn, man, I hate to cut it short. You already know this was going to be like an hour episode for, specific reasons. But I would love to have you back on here, man. Like, I definitely would love to have you back on here. Such a great conversation. I'd even have to, like, pull my questions out, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a good vibe, man.
Course,
like it was already here. Like it was just so natural, you know what I'm saying? So definitely appreciate you stopping by, man.
Of course, man. I appreciate you for letting me on. And just like we said, everybody, we're gonna have a part 2 real soon. But
part 2 is gonna come real soon because I would love to have him back. There's definitely a lot more for us to talk about, a lot more. This little hour don't even suffice. Like, don't even like give it justice. You know what I'm saying? Don't even give it justice. So. But glad to have you here, man. LordSide.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. You're welcome back anytime. And man. May Revenue OnAir Podcast. Another beautiful episode. Woo. See y'all next time.
Woo.
We outro.
Yeah.